Now I'm going to start applying the putty to the armature. So I break off little pieces. Break myself off a little piece. And for now, while I'm just roughing in, and we follow the same procedure that we've been doing the whole tutorial. Let's start first with the basic human shape. Right? Let's flesh out this armature, start to make it look human. This first part is pretty easy, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna fill up this armature and start to make it a basic shape. But you get the idea, and you can do most of this, if not all of this, with just your hands. You don't need any tools. But see how I got that? Let me see if we can see this here. See, so let's, just start applying the putty. And if if this is your first time, you're going to take you some time to do this. Don't worry about it. Just get the experience and get the practice, and don't worry about it hardening. Or put it in the freezer if you're done, to try to retard the growth of the hardening. But if you get it close, you can always work it once it's dried. You can file it. You can drill it. You can still work it while it's dry. You can after it's dried, and you can still do details with it. So I'm going to go ahead and flesh this out, and I'll show you when there's more done. Okay, can you see that? See how I'm applying small pieces to the armature? Small, thin pieces, just like that. And I'm starting to work them together, starting to take the shape of the character. So that's what you do. You just keep applying small pieces and try to apply them in ways that simulate the musculature. So the thigh is going to be pretty thick, and the calf is going to be not as thick. Okay, I just wanted to show you real quick the progress I'm making here, and you can see around the back of the legs and the buttocks. And I have a very small piece of the Procreate on my finger there, and that's how I generally do it. I'll take very small pieces like that, and I'll apply them to the model, and then sculpt them in. So, that's how I do it. Okay, I'm not sure how well you can see that, but I have most of my clay applied, and now what I'm doing is most of it. I still got to apply a little bit more. Now I'm using my tools, my various tools, to mold the musculature into shape. Okay, I wanted to show you something real quick. The form, I'm starting to get the form of the torso. It's coming along nicely. I still got some more work to do, but I wanted to show you that at this point of the game you can actually start adding some clothing here. And what I've done is I've torn off a very thin piece of the epoxy, and I can put it on her and start to mold that. Now the nice thing about this is that it's going to cause a nice line, a nice clothing line that you'll be able to see on her. So you can do that. I'll do that for her skirt and also for her top, and that clothing line looks very nice. Through the magnifier, but there I'm making some good progress on that. I've added some clothing. You can see the clothing lines on her figure. That's about 2 hours of work I got there, so I'm just about done for today. I'm going to be putting this away and working on it some more tomorrow. I wanted to finish the whole torso, but obviously it's not quite done yet. I still got more work to do, but I'll work on it some more tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day, and that female warrior miniature is dried. It's been, I don't know, like 20 hours, something like that. And you can see I still have some, it's coming along nicely, and the torso is almost done, but I still have some work to do. And I want to get that torso as completed as possible before I start on the legs and the arms and the head. And I do have a lot of options here I can still do. I can still apply, I can mix up and apply more Procreate and keep working on it. I can also, this material is very fileable now, so I can use my various files to form it more and to get the musculature just the way I want it. And I also like to do, I've taken these emery boards, I cut them into slices. These are emery boards that you do your fingernails with. I cut them into slices, and you can use those too. So that's an inexpensive way to get at that and to start to mold it. Okay, I'm starting to add some details here. You see I've added the dagger, and I've got, you know, her waistband on there, her waist strap. And now I wanted to show you what I have here is I'm going to put the straps on her top. I have it right there so you can see what I did was I rolled out a very thin piece. Then I'm going to just apply it by hand and with tools to her. So I can't film it and show you at the same time, but you get the idea. So now I'm starting to add different details to the figure, you know. And I'm just going to add details because I can before I put the arms on, but